I'm here to talk about C2. When it comes to C2, she's a character that could seem antagonistic at first, or not seem the most friendly, just ignoring Lelouch, not answering stuff that he asks about, and just seeming kind of cold. And she's done some questionable things when it comes to Mao, and she's made a lot of mistakes. However, C2, her morality, I think, is more complicated than that. I don't think of C2 as a villain. A jerk at times, yes. A cold character, an unfriendly character at times, yes. But a villain, no. Uh, she is helping Lelouch, who does some questionable things, although C2, she is very caring to Lelouch. She is loyal to his plans for the most part, and she does really care about Lelouch, and she learns to gain a more optimistic side and a better side. And C2 is very cold in the way that she acts, but after learning her backstory, it's very understandable why. C2 is one of the most sympathetic backstories for a character that I've ever seen. And she's gone through more difficult times than most people in all of fiction have. With C2 getting the ability to be immortal, it's not a good thing in her case because she's gone through more years of difficult things than most people. Because of her special ability, she's been captured, experimented on, has gone through all this misery and pain, has gone through it for longer than most people's lives have been. So after learning all that she's gone through, she becomes a much more sympathetic character. It's understandable why a character like that would be very cold, very much a character that's given up, and could just seem very unfriendly, a very pessimistic person. But Lelouch is able to bring out feelings of optimism out of her, out of hope, and helping her to appreciate things in life, which is one of the most touching aspects of Lelouch when it comes to him as a character, and he and C2 help bring out the better qualities that they have in each other, even though they have a lot of morally ambiguous qualities, and C2 has done some questionable things and some bad things. She is a very tragic, sympathetic person that I root for, and I want things to go well for her. So, even though C2 has a lot of questionable attributes, after all she's gone through, she is definitely one of the most sympathetic characters in the Code Geass franchise, one of the most sympathetic anime characters in general, and a character who's not necessarily a full on hero, but I think she's definitely sympathetic and likable enough to not be a villain, and I do think because of what she's gone through and how she's able to gain optimism despite everything that's happened to her, she could be considered less morally ambiguous than Lelouch and Suzaku.